Welcome back to Hear Me Out. I'm Dee.
I'm E.
And today's video is about the Grammys that took place this past Sunday. And it was whack. But
How are we gonna start like that?
it was like man, I think I slept through the last 30 minutes of it. And that
What?
was pushing it because I could have fallen asleep within the first half. But anyway, before we give our opinions and my reasons why I fell asleep at the end, what's going on? What do we have here?
All right, so we're gonna talk about a few recaps, not all of them. Basically the ones we would gossip about. Okay. Uh, so the 66th Grammy Awards brought the biggest names in music together on Sunday night. Obviously, Swifties, y'all must be happy because Taylor Swift won Album of the Year for Midnights and Victoria Monet won for Best New Artist. Billie Eilish took home the award for Song of the Year, What Was I Made For, from the Barbie movie, and Miley Cyrus snagged the trophy for Record of the Year for Flowers. There were some memorable moments by performances by Dua Lipa, SZA, Olivia Rodrigo, blah, 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 blah. Let's get to the juicy stuff, okay? Celine Dion presents Album of the Year to Taylor Swift. Guys, leave it in the comments what you think already. All right. Celine Dion took the stage to present the Grammy for Album of the Year to Taylor Swift for Midnights. When I say I'm happy to be here, I really mean it from my heart, Dion said before presenting the award. Those who have been blessed enough to be here at the Grammy Awards must never take it for granted. Must never take for granted the tremendous love and joy that music brings to our lives and to the people all around the world. Taking this stage to accept the award, Swift said, I would love to tell you that this is the best moment of my life, but I feel this happy when I finish a song or when I crack a code to a bridge that I to a bridge that I love, or when I'm shortlisting a music video, or when I'm rehearsing with my dancers or my band, or getting ready to go to Tokyo to play a show. For me, the award is the work, she continued. All I want to do is keep being able to do this. I love this so much. It makes me so happy. With this win, Swift becomes the first artist to win in this category 4 times. Frank Sinatra, Stevie Wonder, and Paul Simon have each won Album of the Year 3 times. What do we think?
Look,
And what does the internet think?
well, the Swifties might come for me, but no. No, she did not. No. Like first and foremost, how dare you disrespect the Queen Celine Dion? Hello.
Yo no sé.
I was at first I thought, because again, I fell asleep, so I didn't see that part. So when I saw the stuff in the morning, I thought people were overreacting. You know how people can be,
I
right?
did too, but then I saw it and I was like,
Then I
oh.
saw the clip and I was like, no, she did not just snatch that award from the queen, the icon Celine Dion like that. You don't say thank you?
She didn't even look at her.
He didn't
Like,
look
that
at
was the baffling portion of it. It's like, oh, you know,
If I could clutch my pearls, I would.
my
What?
chains.
What? And then you proceed after Celine just said, you should be grateful. Don't take this moment for granted. You proceed to say how this is not really the happiest moment of your life. You proceed to say how you feel this happy when you finish writing a song. You feel this happy when you're doing choreo with your dancers. By the way, I've never seen a video of her doing choreo. Not on stage, not backstage, not on anything, but whatever. I was really trying this past summer to like accept Taylor Swift. You know, I don't know her music like that. I've heard some songs, but I'm not a Swiftie. I don't know her whole discography. You know, I don't know her eras. I know it was a tour. I know that she's dating Travis Kelce. I was cool with Travis Kelce before I was cool with Taylor Swift. So I'm kind of in the minority here, where all these people were like obsessed over Taylor, and it's like, who's Travis? No. Travis is who I was messing with before. Anyway, my point is, how dare you, Celine Dion? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? First of all, to walk on stage and not immediately go and hug that woman or bow down or anything. I was flabbergasted when I saw that clip. And people are saying on the internet, oh, but she was just overwhelmed because she won. So was Miley, and Miley could not stop talking about Mariah.
Yeah, they had some hype there. I was like, Jesus, why aren't I there?
Okay, and then they posted a photo of them backstage. Girl, that was your PR team.
Because she knew she done messed up.
Man. Now, what the internets are saying, and again, I just said I'm not a Swiftie. I don't know her music like that, so I can't comment on this part. But what actual Swifties, what people on the internet are saying is that this album that she won, that she broke the record for, I think it's called Midnights. It's not her best album.
For sure.
Swifties are claiming this was not even her best album. So clearly, what they were awarding was her Eras Tour, was the fact that she has been in the headlines literally consecutively since she began her tour in the summer, up until now that we're into February of 2024. And all the talk about the Super Bowl is, will Taylor make it on time?
And the Time Person of the Year. Let's not forget.
And the Time Person of the Year. So the Grammys, and I don't know if that's going to be one of the top moments, but it should be, as what Jay-Z said, the Grammys are awarding people that don't deserve it. And to me, if her own people are saying that this was not her best album, why would she win best album?
Yeah.
Like, it just, the math ain't mathin'. And I feel like that's an overused phrase at this point, but it's factual. It just does not make sense. But I've ranted long enough. What do you think?
You summarized it. Like, what else can I say? Like, you know, I think the fact that, she just dismissed Celine, and then she's like, I'm happy I got this award, but this elated feeling, this, excitement, I felt it in these other instances too. Like, just, disregarding how other people might have been wanting this award, like all the people that got snubbed for it. And then she's like, oh, another one. I broke a record. So what? I already have, 10,000 of them. This ain't nothing.
You know what's crazy? I can't even believe I'm going to say this right now.
What?
But Kanye?
You were on something?
No, I'm not gonna say that. What I was thinking of was like when that whole situation scenario happened way back in the day, right, where Kanye interrupted Taylor Swift, because he said Beyonce had, the best music video of all time or whatever at that point. And the internet, of course, was protecting this young white woman. It became a whole thing, right? Beyonce later won an award that same night and gave her time on stage to Taylor Swift to go ahead and make her own, acceptance speech at that same awards. I think it was like the MTV Awards, Video Music Awards, whatever. Anyway, at which point are we going to stop putting Beyonce and Taylor in the same category? They are not in the same category. Beyonce far exceeds anything and everything Taylor has done or will do. Like, and I know people are going to hate that I say that, but this is the facts. Beyonce's a legend. Taylor is not.
So is Taylor Swift.
No.
We have a comparison video. I mean, I don't even want to compare them, but, just based on stats, awards, provide an objective opinion based on.
No, Taylor right now, I would say Taylor's like at her peak moment. So that's why she's not legend status yet, because she's still like, she's like in the peak. She's in her prime, right? Whereas Beyonce, like, Beyonce can come and go as she pleases. She can hit a prime, she could hit a peak, she could come back, do it again. Taylor is right now achieving that. She's right now hitting that peak moment. So I
Yeah.
don't think she's at that stage yet where she's achieved legend status, you know? Obviously, her people are going to believe that she is, but I think that that's doing a disservice to her because she's still very much continuing her journey, right? She announced actually during when she accepted a previous award during the Grammys that she has an album coming out that she's been working on for the past 2 years. So there's still more work that she's doing. There's still more that she's trying to accomplish, right? She's not a legend yet. Will she be? Yeah, definitely she will be. Objectively speaking, yes, she will be. But I don't think she is right now, categorically, because of the fact that she's technically still in her prime. She's doing these things that, like I said, she's been making headlines since her tour began, and it's been nonstop. That's why a lot of people, especially NFL fans, are getting a little bit Taylor fatigued. But that's a whole nother story for another day. Anyway, I'll stop. What's the next thing?
I think she is a legend. I mean, granted, I'm not a Swiftie either. But I think everything that she's done it so spectacularly, and people rave about her. You know, it's not fair to compare her and Beyonce. You know, age is different, music
Yeah.
is different, but I've heard like a lot of the internet's non-Swifties talk about how amazing her performances are and her music is, and how they've converted to be Swifties. So I don't know. I've even heard people, compare it, blasphemy, to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is the,
Damn.
the top of the top, creme of the creme,
Should have worn pearls. Oh, I can't believe.
I mean, this is what I've seen on the internet. So I'm like, okay, let me embrace Taylor Swift. I'm trying. It's not working because I like hip hop. But let me embrace Taylor Swift and see, what the fuss is about. But
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen like the numbers that she did on her tour. We've
Yeah.
covered, basically how she's helping the US economy. Wherever her
Right.
tour is, she's bringing millions of dollars into those cities. Like, if that's not legendary, which being a legend, I think is subjective. There's so many different criterias for, you know,
Yeah.
I think she's doing great. Yes, she's at her peak, but I think she's reaching that legend status, if not being a legend. Now, is Beyonce a legend? I guess y'all like her. I would say so. She's a performer, an entertainer, an actress, or wants to be. You just can't compare the two. But I digress before you start getting mad, because we know you love Beyonce.
I
Okay.
sure do. Beehive over here.
All right. Next up, Miley Cyrus wins Record of the Year. I'm excited. All right. So Miley Cyrus won a Grammy for her song "Flowers." Meryl Streep presented the award with her son-in-law Mark Ronson. Miley Cyrus says, "Thank you so much," while accepting the award. "This award is amazing, but I really hope that it does not change anything because my life was beautiful yesterday." Isn't this like a stark difference from Taylor's?
Right.
Because my life was beautiful yesterday. Not everyone in the world will get a Grammy, but everyone in this world is spectacular. So please don't think that this is important, even though it's very important. Right, guys? Cyrus also won Grammy for Best Pop Solo Performance earlier this evening for Flowers.
I loved her performance.
What?
Like first, I that song, that song, literally was so catchy. It was hard to escape it, but it was such a good song, and I believe this was her first time performing it live. And I loved the performance. I think that she looked beautiful. I think that voice amazing. I love the song. It was all great. So I was happy for her. Because she seemed genuinely happy. So yeah, that was awesome. I'm happy for Miley.
I love how simple her performance was, and how she says, "I won my first Grammy," and she kept dancing like
Yeah.
nobody was watching.
Yeah.
And just brought the whole crowd like in an uproar. Like,
Yeah.
have literally watched that. Like, I'm ashamed to say it, like how many times. Because I freaking love this song so much.
Yeah.
I love that performance. I loved all her outfits. I love who she's becoming now. So,
Yeah.
when she's like, I didn't want to leave you, but I did. And I'm like, Liam, are you okay?
Oh man.
But I was so happy for her, and she seemed
Yeah.
so happy,
Yeah.
But of course, people in the internets are saying, why didn't she, mention her dad, Billy Ray?
Why
I
would she?
don't say. I'm just telling you what the internet said. I don't know.
Mm. Apparently, there's a rift.
You know, they couldn't just let her have that moment. It's like, why not?
Right.
I swear, the internet should be working for the FBI because they are quick.
Seriously.
All right, next up, Billie Eilish wins Song of the Year for What Was I Made For? Of course, we love the Barbie movie. We have to talk about it.
Yeah.
So this is from the Barbie movie, and who presented it? Lionel Richie. Shocked Eilish thanked her brother and frequent collaborator Finis
Phineas.
In her acceptance speech,
Yeah.
calling him my best friend in the whole world and crediting him for making me the person I am today.
Sure.
That's all you got? Sure. That was a beautiful song.
Oh
That's
no,
hey.
the song was really beautiful. I just okay, so because again, like I watched most of the Grammys aside from the part where I fell asleep at the end. I just felt there was a lot of I kept thinking it was sad white girl music, and I just was like, dang, like where's the song here? Like it was definitely missing. And it was just I don't know, like I feel like it kind of feels formulaic now at this point, the
Mm-hmm.
sort of artists that the Grammys awards.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I don't I didn't feel any kind of way about her winning, to be honest. The song is beautiful, but I didn't feel no kind of way.
Billie Eilish. But on that note, let's talk about Hove, Jay calling out the Grammys over Beyonce's lack of best album wins.
As he should.
Are you okay, ma'am?
I'm great.
All right, this is gonna pain me to read, okay?
Go ahead.
So the hip hop icon accepted the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award at the 2024 Grammys. Jay-Z used his acceptance speech at the Grammys to call out the organization that honored him with the special award.
Love it. I'm done.
While accepting the second annual Dr. Dre Global Impact Award in recognition of his musical legacy, the hip hop artist 54 questioned the process behind the voted categories. He says, "We want y'all to get it right, at least getting it close to right. And obviously, it's subjective. Y'all don't got to clap at everything. Obviously, it's subjective because, it's music and it's opinion based," the artist started. "But some things, I don't want to embarrass this young lady." Young.
You, I can't deal with you.
I know, I'm just instigating. But she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about it. The most Grammys, never won an Album of the Year. That doesn't work, he continued. What do we think about that so far?
All facts. Like, all facts.
I wonder if Beyonce knew that he was going to say these things.
Maybe. I'm sure. Yeah. Considering, they must have had that conversation in the past because it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Sorry, God. Like, it does not. How is, like, Beyonce's won the most Grammys out of any artist, male or female, and you can't award her for Lemonade still goes hard all these years later. And he was even the fact that he was out here saying these things, especially considering that album was her retribution album to him, but
Yeah.
he's still saying she deserved album of the year. Come on, she totally did. Like, totally did.
Well, I mean, I think in that instance, Adele even felt bad for getting the award.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, that was during Adele's 25 album, I think. Adele 25, that is one of my all-time favorite albums. I
Mhm.
literally memorized every single lyric from every single song. I would listen to it every time. That was my my travel album. Every time I was at the airport,
Yeah.
that's what I was listening to. So I memorized every single lyric. I love that album. But Lemonade was better. Lemonade was better than any other album that was out that year and probably for the next couple of years. Like, Grammys is dumb. And this is why I don't really watch it. I don't even know what made me watch it yesterday.
Because we have to inform the peeps.
Oh, right. Okay.
Whatever. While Jay-Z didn't mention the young lady by name, he appeared to be referring to his wife Beyonce, who has been nominated for Album of the Year 4 times and never won.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce was up for Best New Artist in 2010, losing to Taylor Swift. 2015, losing to Beck. 2017, losing to Adele. And 2023, losing to Harry Styles.
Harry Styles? Beck?
Like, oh my God. I just feel like the more I read, the more infuriated you become.
Ma'am, name one Beck song.
I can't.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, Harry Styles?
Yo no sé.
Anyway.
You know, some of you are going to go home tonight and feel like you've been robbed. Some of you may get robbed. Some of you don't belong in the category. No.
Facts.
No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth, he said. I'm like, so I'm wondering, are you always nervous? Do you always tell the truth? I know, I'm reading too much into it now. The truth is, we grew up wanting to be at the Grammys. That was always our goal. We just want them to get it right. Uh, that's what we want, Jay-Z said in 2023 of Beyonce's Renaissance album, which she lost to Styles. Then he called out his daughter, Blue Ivy, who joined him on stage for the award, which she is so grown.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you know, we got to keep showing up and forget the Grammys for a second, just in life. As my daughter just sits and stare at me, as nervous as I am, just in life, you got to keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Forget the Grammys. You got to just keep showing up until they give you all those accolades that you feel you deserve, until they call you chairman, until they call you a genius, until they call you the greatest of all time. He concluded. You feel me?
Yup. Yup.
Oh my gosh. Guys,
I mean, are you disagreeing with what he said?
I'm not disagreeing.
Okay.
It's twofold, right?
Okay.
Because I mean, you got to call a spade a spade. You got, you know, we know that the Grammys, you know, always lean one way, always rob people of things. You know, it's
Always lean
become.
Caucasian.
I don't want to say all that, but so you know, at this point, a lot of artists don't think that it's even an important award. You know,
Yeah.
because it's something that they're never going to get, or it's rigged, or whatever the terminology is.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to say your piece. I mean,
Right.
you have to defend your wife, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like, you know, one of those thorns that you just had to like say what you had to say because it was in your chest
Yeah.
and it had to come out.
Right. Right.
You know, but then sometimes I think like I don't necessarily like when things go left field. You know, you're getting an award,
Oh, okay.
you know, it's about the award or you know, I don't know about the Dr. Dre Impact Award. I got to read a little on it.
Yeah.
But you know, it's basically whatever the category of the award is, why you're getting it, why you're, I guess, thankful for it or not. I don't know, whatever it
Yeah.
is. You know, so I guess distracting from it always kind of throws me off. But it's
Okay.
also a great opportunity to bring awareness to things. So I'm kind of torn about his speech, you know,
Yeah.
Beyonce or not.
Right. Um. Well, I like. I think to an extent, it all feels very performative as far as like the Grammys, like giving him this award.
Yeah.
It kind of feels more like as a, consolation kind of thing. Um Renaissance was a great album, is a great album. Ain't
Mm.
no way Harry Styles had better music in his album than that Renaissance. Renaissance was a movement, but I digress. So to me, like, I think him speaking about this very factual thing, right, that they have continuously, like, erroneously not awarded her for album
Mhm.
of the year, it would, I feel like it would almost be hypocritical if he were to laud the Grammys in his acceptance of this award when he knows how they've been snubbing his wife.
Yeah.
Because how does she have all the most Grammys from any other artist, but then this top one
Mhm.
she does not have,
Yeah.
I think I'm not sure if it's that I read or I heard, I can't recall exactly, but it was somebody who made a comment about the fact that, like, mediocrity is awarded heavily at the Grammys, and that somebody like Beyonce, a black woman, like what is typical for like black and brown women, they always have to work twice as hard just to get the bare minimum. And in this case, like you said, she's been awarded album of the year 4 times and has not won once. Taylor Swift has won the 4 times. Obviously it's not the same, like at the same time as Beyonce each time, but she's won 4 times. This is now a record that she's broken. And I know that, like, your taste in music is subjective, so obviously, if you like her music and you don't like Beyonce's music, that's fine. Or if you like Beyonce's music, you don't like Taylor's, that's fine. It's subjective, right? But there's levels to all of this. And how is it that time and time again, Beyonce has to literally do, like, I don't know, freaking fly to Jupiter, come back, and still only gets half of the freaking respect that she deserves. But Taylor goes out with a football player and the cameras are all on her.
This is
She's
true.
generated 300 million plus for the NFL. Like, to me, and obviously, like, I'm not trying necessarily to make this like fully erased thing, but there are just some things that are very evident.
Hmm.
Taylor is palatable. Taylor's the acceptable measure, right? So that's why, yeah, she is given all these different things. I've
Yeah.
heard she's an amazing songwriter. She's, her music is great and all that. But then I look at other artists who don't get that same kind of, like, respect and adoration.
Hmm.
And most of the time those artists are non-white.
Yeah.
And so it's very, like, frustrating that it continues to happen. And I know that, like, whatever, we shouldn't expect that they will finally, like, fix themselves because that is who they are. I mean, even Kendrick Lamar didn't win for To Pimp a Butterfly, and that was an epic ass album. Like, so there's all these different, things that to me have seemed very evident over the years, where they continue to do, like, the same things over and over again. And it's just, like, how we were talking earlier, like, Taylor, to you, in your opinion, she's already a legend and all that stuff. But, like, I don't see it. You
Hmm.
get me? Like, I've seen clips of her performances. I've seen clips of, like, the Eras tour. And I'm not 100% sure what was so transformative for people. But, I see videos comparing Beyonce's, like, performances from, like, when she first started the tour, healing from knee surgery, to by the time she ended it, and the way in which she progressed. She literally went on tour. She put on a goddamn show recovering from knee surgery, and it still wasn't enough for people. Like, it all feels, like I said, very much like the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So it would have probably been hypocritical if Jay-Z would have been like, thank you, I love it, this is the best, like,
I,
considering everything.
I can see that. And on that note, there's a couple of artists that have never won a Grammy Award. A lot of them, of color.
Right.
We have here, this is an article from Business Insider. I forgot to mention the other article. I'll look at it in a second. We have Brian McKnight with 17 nominations, but no wins. Snoop Dogg with 16. Let's see, who else? Well, I mean, I guess we'll mention her. Katy Perry with 13. Nicki Minaj with 12. Diana Ross won a Lifetime Award achievement, but no Grammys. Busta Rhymes 12 times. Let's see who else. Tupac, 6 nominations, including one after his death. Let's see who else. Well, we have the Beach Boys here. Sammy Davis Jr. has a Lifetime Achievement Award, but no Grammy. J-Lo, 2 nominations, but she hasn't won. Let's see who else. Run DMC. Again, they got a Lifetime Achievement Award as a group, but they didn't. Jimi Hendrix hasn't. And I feel like I saw a few more. I think I saw like Bob Marley and
Yeah.
I don't remember, but there was like a few, and I was like, oh wow, that these are very popular, very world renowned artists that haven't gotten a Grammy,
Right.
which leads me to think, it kind of goes back to like sports also, like if you get a ring, are you XYZ kind of thing? It's kind of like this, So I don't know. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Did you see the Grammys? Who got snubbed? Are you mad Taylor won? Are you mad that Taylor ignored our beloved Celine Dion like that? And then she had the audacity to have a PR picture later on. What did you think about Miley's performances, Billie Eilish, or anybody else that we haven't mentioned? Let us know in the comments. But that concludes today's video. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, please share our video. We're trying to grow our community so your friends could be our friends. We could all be friends. We also have social media, which Steve will tell you about.
We're on Instagram and TikTok at Hear Me Out DNE. So make sure you guys follow, like, share, and comment. We enjoy interacting with y'all.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.